Hey there, welcome to the Lemurian Collective. I'm Lisa Kay with Light Guided. I'm so glad to be with you today. And we're going to be looking at the collective energies as they pertain to money um, for the month of April. This is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for everybody. So take what does resonate and feel free to leave the rest behind. I'm using a different deck for this particular reading. And let's just see what comes through here around money. Wow. I'm actually seeing, wow, I'm seeing quite a lot of abundance in the month of April. Kind of fascinating. I wasn't expecting to see that given the current climate of what we're experiencing, especially here in the United States. But I'm seeing a lot of energy around abundance. Let me see if I can tune into that a little bit more. What about at the individual level? Anything at the individual level? All right, so let me just show you the energies that are coming through. We have the energy of innocence, the energy of vision quest, vulnerability, and veiled. And I'm really getting for some of you, like, it's just an unexpected time of abundance. It looks like there's, and to me, it looks like money, like actual physical money coming in. So it may be a time in the month of April where you get a bonus, where you get money back on your tax return, where something unexpected happens. I feel like this came up in the last reading I did, which was, I think, February. Very similar energy here. This could be for some of you like just an unexpected windfall. But again, it could also be like if you are someone who works with people, maybe you have more clients in the month of April, more revenue. You might start to see like an uptick in either other services or products that you provide that start to sell a little bit more. In addition, for some of you, you might also get inspired. There may be something here where you have this instant inspiration around a new way of bringing in revenue for yourself or your business, or whatever it is, or creating wealth for yourself. There may be this like kind of, it looks like this new like a new inspired idea, like out of the blue. There's kind of an intuitive sense of like, oh, I need to do this thing, and it actually starts to generate some revenue down the road. So I would say in the month of April, you might have that idea, but the revenue from that idea won't come for a little bit of time. Let me see if there's anything else in these energies. I see some of you in the energy of kind of, what's the term, pinching your pennies. I see some of you, I get the picture of like closing your purse up or closing your wallet up, where it's like, ooh, I need to save. And Spirit's just saying, like, yes, be thoughtful. Yes, be mindful. Don't be frivolous, but also don't be afraid. Like, there are things that you need that you absolutely must have. And then there are things that you want, but you don't need. You can put those things aside for now if being frugal is important to you during this time, the things that you want but don't need. But they're saying, like, when it comes to the things that you need that are important for your day-to-day well-being, not just survival, but like your well-being, like, don't add the energy of fear or anxiety to that. Like, just know that the resources are available, and they're saying, like, it's important to just know and remember, like, we live in a universe of abundance. We live in a state of abundance. We may not always know how to tap into that, but we live in a state of abundance. So what else about money here for the collective is important? We have breach. It's interesting. It looks like the energy of breach and blessing. That's so funny. The energy here looks to me a little bit like, okay, So there's a couple different energies here. One is the energy of like misplacing something important related to your financial well-being. So it could be something like I misplaced my credit card, or I lost my debit card, or I lost my checkbook, like something like that. The other is for some of you potentially around investments, whether or not you hold tight or you pull your investments out, or there's a little bit of anxiety about that for some of you. And let's see, I feel like I'm just going to say in general, and I would say that, I'm not a financial advisor. So please do what resonates for you and not based on what's coming through in this reading. And what I'm getting here is like, for some of you, there is, especially as it relates to your investments, there is a small change that you could make that's going to stabilize your investments. I don't know what that small change is. Maybe you want to talk to your financial advisor, but it looks like if you move like money from one investment into another, it's actually going to stabilize and then over time actually prove out to be a little bit more lucrative for you. In that energy of blessing, right? Um, but there's another energy here for some of you around, or maybe that's it. The energy of losing something related to your finances, and then related to your investments. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's see if there's anything else here. Any other energy here that needs to come forward for the collective around money. Oh, wow. Volatility. The energy I get here is like just to be mindful about impulsivity, impulsive spending, impulsive decisions, impulsive, even as it relates to your investments. Like, whatever it is, it's like not. This is not a time in April to be impulsive. It's a time if you want to make a change, like do your research, make sure you have the right people helping you with that. Um, it also looks like there could be some moodiness, some energy, upset energy around finances in the month of April, where maybe you feel a little bit pressed, a little anxious about your money, and you kind of lose it. You kind of explode at somebody, um, or somebody explodes at you because they're under financial stress. So I guess that's just something to be mindful about. If that happens, kind of be aware. You have the energy of shape shifting. Hmm, promise. Um, this energy to me looks a little bit like long-term planning. Some of you might be in a space right now in the month of April where you start to do some long-term planning around, like, this could even be the energy of like a last will and testament, a trust, developing some kind of framework or some kind of stability, something that will help you down the road, where you start putting these things in place in April. And we're going to wrap up here. Let's just take a look at any final guidance for the collective related to money in the month of April. Any final guidance, please? Oh, nice. Shaman energy. Yeah, I'm just hearing like this is a time for practicality, but not for fear. So be practical, but don't be afraid. This may not be the time for, well, they're not saying exclusively don't be in the energy of manifestation. That's fine. But whatever you're dealing with financially, like the month of April is a time for practicality. So even if you're someone who's a manifester and that really intrigues you, like great, do that, bring positive energy into it, but also recognize that it's important to do your research and to, bring in the right people before you make big financial decisions. That's another message I'm getting. Um, Something else here, but big financial decisions, I'm getting something there around that. Let's see. We have ancestors. We have lotus flower unfoldment. There's something here about such an interesting message. Let me see if I can explain this. There's something here about how past generations in your family have managed money, have managed wealth, have managed things. And for most of you, it's like you may not come from a family where wealth was the expected outcome of work or the expected outcome of investment, that the expected outcome has always been stability. The expected outcome has always been around like integrity, having integrity with your money. I don't know what this means, but it feels like it's a message for someone here around like holding congruence with this idea of having integrity with your money, having integrity with your investments, having integrity with what you do with that, and also a little bit of energy about not rebelling against what has come before, not rebelling against it, but allowing yourself to grow into a new perspective or grow into a new understanding of how money and resources and finance can work in your own life. It doesn't just have to be stability. It can be also about the joy of having the experience of success as it relates to your financial resources. It could be around the also just being in alignment and being in attunement with the idea or the energy that the universe is abundant, right? And how does that knowing and integrating that knowing then shift your behavior? How does that shift your attitude toward money? And does that then bring a sense of stability into your experience? I want to ask any energy here around big purchases for the month of April. I'm not seeing any. But I'm just curious. The energy of vigilance, vigilance. I'm seeing just holding steady in the month of April. Again, I think this came up earlier, but no big purchases are necessary in the month of April. Any major pitfalls to be aware of? Wake up call. That's interesting. It's kind of that tower energy and stillness. Opposite energies here. Anything else to be aware of in the month of April? Yeah, this energy is similar to that volatility energy that came up earlier. Just a repeat of that message of like, be mindful about your mood, about other people's moods, the pressure that you might be feeling or putting on yourself or on people around you as it relates to finances in the month of April. And, a final message from Spirit here is like, truly all is well. Learn to be in the stillness, learn to recognize that no matter what you've been through in your lifetime, like there's always going to be ups and downs, and yet you've always managed to figure it out. So you're going to continue to figure it out, whatever it is. So resting in the knowing that it's all going to be okay, I think is an important message here for April. So very good. Well, it's been wonderful being with you again. And I missed being here in March with you, but I hope to be back on track as we move into the month of April and eventually into May. If you'd like more information about me or the services I provide, you're welcome to check out the link below. And until then, I look forward to seeing you next time, and take good care. Thank you.